wonder how a small, seemingly weak community could stand up against a powerful empire. Today, we're diving into one of history's most pivotal moments, the Battle of Badr. It's a story not just of warfare, but of faith, strategy, and a turning point that changed the world forever. In the early days of Islam, after Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and his followers migrated from Mecca to Medina, they were a small and vulnerable community. The powerful Quraysh tribe of Mecca, who had forced them out, saw this new community as a threat to their trade routes, their power, and their traditional beliefs. The air was thick with tension. 2 years after the migration, word reached the Muslims that a massive Quraysh trade caravan, led by a man named Abu Sufyan, was passing near Medina. This wasn't just any caravan. It was loaded with wealth. The Prophet decided to intercept it. Now, intercept means to stop something before it reaches its destination. This wasn't a raid for riches. It was a strategic move. Strategic means it was carefully planned to achieve a goal. The Quraysh had illegally seized the property of the Muslims who fled Mecca, so this was a way to reclaim what was theirs and disrupt the economy funding the opposition. But Abu Sufyan was clever. Sensing the danger, he sent a frantic message back to Mecca for reinforcements. The Quraysh responded with overwhelming force, dispatching a well-equipped army of about 1,000 soldiers. Well-equipped means they had everything they needed: the best armor, weapons, and resources. On the other side stood Prophet Muhammad and his companions. How many, you ask? Just around 313. They were poorly armed, many sharing camels, and outmatched in every material way. But they had something the Quraysh didn't: unshakable faith in God. The night before the battle was heavy with anticipation. The Prophet spent the night in deep, earnest prayer. He turned to God, saying, "O Allah, if this small group is destroyed, there will be none left to worship you on earth." His prayer was filled with sincerity, which is the quality of being completely honest and genuine. It showed his total reliance on a higher power. On the 17th of Ramadan, in the year 624, the two armies finally met at a place called Badr. The desert was still, but the tension was electric. The Muslims, though few, arranged themselves in disciplined ranks, following the Prophet's instructions. He motivated them not with promises of wealth, but with the promise of God's reward. The battle began with a series of one-on-one duels between the champions of each army, a common tradition at the time. Soon after, the two forces clashed. A clash is a violent conflict. Despite being outnumbered 3-1, the Muslims fought with a courage that stunned their enemies. The Quran tells us they were not alone. God sent divine help. Divine means something related to or coming from God. It's described that angels descended to support the believers, strengthening their hearts and making them stand firm. It was a testament to their faith being answered. The result was nothing short of miraculous. By the day's end, the powerful Quraysh army was defeated. 70 of their leaders and top fighters were killed, and another 70 were taken captive. The Muslims, on the other hand, lost only about 14 men, who were considered martyred. To be martyred means to be killed for one's beliefs. The Battle of Badr was a decisive victory that echoed across Arabia. It wasn't just a military win. It was a profound moral and spiritual one. It proved that true strength doesn't come from numbers or weapons, but from unity, strategy, and unwavering faith. This victory solidified the Muslim community and marked the beginning of a new era. Thank you so much for joining me on this historical journey. If you found this story as inspiring as I do, please hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and share your thoughts in the comments below. See you in the next video.